Welcome back to live shopping. Us two again, I'm afraid. A lot of us two coming up today, so I hope you'll join us for the full day because we've got an awful lot in store for you all. If you just joined us, we've already had a very, very busy start to the morning, and I think it's going to continue, quite frankly, because we have got the most amazing brand new download, perfect for your rice papers. But we are going to be showing you lots of different ways you can use this for your paper crafting as well. It's absolutely stunning. But before we get into that, a little bit of housekeeping to get out of the way to start off with, especially if you are brand new to us here at Highlight Crafts. I want to explain how easy it is to watch and shop with us here on live shopping. Now, there's a few different ways you can watch us. You might be watching on our website, you can be watching on YouTube, on Facebook or on Instagram. And if you are watching on either Facebook or Instagram, super simple to shop actually while you're watching. You don't need to go elsewhere, you can do it all on that same tab that you're watching us from. Now, as we go through all these items on the counter, each item will have its own little code next to it. Now all you need to do, just into that comments box, is just type the word shop followed by whatever that code might be, and then that will allow us to send you a message straight into your inbox. On that message, you will have a link. All you need to do is just click on that link. That link will take you over to our website on Highlight Crafts. You'll then see that whatever that item was will be ready and waiting for you in your shopping basket. Now, of course, you can be adding other items to your basket, but once you're ready to check out, please do make sure you're logged into your Club Highlight account before you do so. And if you're not already a member, please do sign up because it's absolutely fabulous. It's the best club around, in our opinion anyway. You're going to get savings on every single purchase you make, a minimum of 5%. That's not just for your first purchase, that's every purchase you make, regardless of whether those items are already on discount. You are also going to be earning points on every purchase that you're making as well. Plus, you will get free shipping on any purchase over £35 or more, which is absolutely fabulous. So get yourself logged in, then you can check out your basket and your goodies will be winging their way to you very soon. Now, if you are watching over on the website, of course, you can shop that way as well. And once again, really easy to do if you are shopping that way. Next to the live show, you will see all those products appear next to that. Once again, just go through, choose whatever you like to add to your basket, and then get yourself logged in, and then you can get that basket checked out. It's absolutely fabulous, super simple to shop with us. And let me tell you, I think you are going to want to shop with us this morning because we've got lots of amazing goodies coming up. Now, Mel, should we start off with the rice papers? Because
yes, I'm going to get Laura to come round here if that's all right, darling. I want you to see these rice papers in detail. Now, everything that's on the back here is not all of it. So once Laura's gone across here, we're going to put other boards out and show you how beautiful is this. I mean, goodness me, if this was a paper pack, I'd be all over this like a rash. It's stunning. You've got all sorts of different designs in here, all brand new today. So you haven't seen any of these before as a download. They're not from the archive. They are brand spanking new. And in my opinion, as a crafter, you can never have too many papers. But the great thing about buying them digitally is, first of all, it's instant. So you can be crafting with these straight away. Secondly, there's no postage because it's a digital download. And thirdly, you can print it on the medium that you want, in the size that you want, for the project that you want, when you want it. And these are just stunning. Look at that one with these two here. Aww. With the bunnies on. I mean, they're just beautiful. I love the one with the bees. Look at the detail in that bee there. You can literally see the fluff, can't you? They're absolutely divine. And there's lots of different, I mean, look at the robin on the little fork in the garden there. Isn't that gorgeous? Absolutely gorgeous. Even down to the nettles with the butterflies and the apples in the orchard. So you could go into autumn with that as well. Just beautiful. Right. Thank you, Laura. Yeah, you got to reverse now, haven't you? She's reversing. Go on that table. Right, on top of that,
there's more.
You're also going to get those. Look at that paper. Think about your two red robins. All of that artwork that we've brought you, all of those dies, now reinvigorated. But look at this little horror in the corner.
Oh.
Full of energy, that one, isn't he? Absolutely glorious. And the whole thing about the papers is that it's layer on layer on layer on layer of design, and they're absolutely beautiful. We've got some more with the animals in here. Look at the, I mean, it's just, you literally feel like you could reach into that paper and stroke that horse. It's just phenomenal. So you're getting all of those as well, and you're going to get these two. Look at that. Great, aren't they? Right, Lily, do you want to give us the details, my lovely? And then I'm going to go and get ready for a demo, if that's all right with you.
No problem at all. So if you want to go for the whole collection, that full download, 60 different rice paper designs there. Amazing. You get absolutely tons for $24.99. Shop Nature will get you your download. And of course, that is absolutely instant. So if you're buying that, paying for it, downloading it right now, you can literally craft along. As Mel starts to demo, you can be literally crafting along with her in real time if you so choose. No postage to pay either. It is completely instant and they are brand new. When I say brand new, we literally got them about 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon. So they are literally that hot off the press. Brand new for all of you lovely people at home. $24.99. Shop Nature will get you that full collection, and what a great one to have in your stash for all of your summer makes, for all of your rustic sort of looks and feels to your creations. That is going to be absolutely brilliant. Now we do have quite a few different materials on the show. I know Mel's got lots of demos lined up coming up with these sorts of different materials. You can use these alongside. So I'll start off with these. Should we start off with the frames at the top here? Now these are our made of wood frames that we've got in this collection here. You are getting a twin pack, so you get a couple of these little frames here. You get your lovely wood outer. Going to work great with your rice papers if you just want a lovely little design around the edge. You can paint these with all your lovely Cadence paints that I'm sure you've got in your crafty stash. Or if you've got your pyrography tool, how cool would that look all around the edge? Perhaps you've got a lovely floral design that you could be popping around the edge of there. A great useful little pair to have in your crafty stash there. $9.98 for both, and that one is shop frame. Now next up, these are lovely, I have to say. You've got your trees. Now these are great if you wanted to do like sort of family tree sort of decorations for your home. You've got all of the 4 different pieces here, and at the bottom there you've got your little slots. You can start to slot these together to give you that lovely sort of 3D design. Once again, it's that unvarnished, uncoated wood, so if you do want to go in with your pyrography tool, perhaps you're going to be personalising, having different names on the different branches, of course you can do that. Paint them, or you could even add some of your rice papers to them if you so choose. They're going to look absolutely gorgeous, all with that detail already being cut for you to get that beautiful design in that lovely tree. 4 of those for £10, and that one is shop tree if you want to go for those. Now next up we have these, and these are they just make me smile. There's something so cheerful, so happy about our lovely little windmills. You are getting 3 of these. I mean, how cute are they? They've got your little hanging rope at the top there, so if you want to have these perhaps hanging out in the garden, or from perhaps from one of your door handles in the house. They are just absolutely gorgeous. Cute little bits of home decor for you to decorate however you choose, whether you're using your paints on there, you'll be popping some of your papers onto the sides if you want, but they just look absolutely gorgeous. How super cute are they? Shop Windmill is going to get you all 3 of those. Now,
they are proper wind chimes. So if you look at if you turn it around and look at the back, behind that label, there's string with metal chimes on. So they will go outside. Aquastone them if you're going to put them outside, and leave that to cure. But that, honestly, they're fabulous, aren't they? And I like a wind chime. Even if it's just in your house. Our back door goes into the utility room, and there's one there, and whenever you open the back door, you just hear that lovely little chime. And I think they're really nice for the kids to decorate as well, those over the summer holidays, because it's starting this week.
Certainly is. Yeah, absolutely.
Starting this week.
Absolutely lovely to get all 3 of those with your little tinkly wind chimes inside there. $10.99 will get you all 3. Shop Windmill for those. Now next up we have our lovely little hanging decorations. Now these are super cute. Getting 2 packs of these. This is Shop Wood. $8.99 gets you your creative hearts and your stars. These are all 3D. You've got that lovely detail, almost like that beveled design to your couple of stars. So you're getting 2 sizes, a larger and a smaller with your star, and you're getting the same sort of idea with your heart. You've got your larger and your smaller. You've got the little hanging hooks, metal hooks at the top there. So if you've got your ribbon or your twine and you want to hang these up in your sort of decorations, perhaps you're going to be stacking a few together, you can absolutely do that nice and easily. Shop Wood, $8.99 will get you not 1 but 2 packs of these, giving you 4 of the stars and 4 of the hearts in total. Those are absolutely fabulous for all of your paints. Mel,
they'd be lovely hanging in your window at Christmas, those.
Oh yeah.
So paint them. Think about using your diamond paints and things like that on these, because they're going to look absolutely exquisite. And raw wood is perfect, because you can use your foil pen on this as well if you want to, but also paint them, just varnish them. Whatever your style is, they're going to fit in. And I think hanging them, and especially if you've got something like a bay window at Christmas, would look just lovely, wouldn't it? Absolutely lovely. Love them.
Yeah, a little bit of perhaps red and white stripy twine. Just leave them as raw wood. It would look absolutely gorgeous, really rustic for all of your Christmas decorations. So a double pack of those, shop wood, $8.99. Now, Mel did mention this earlier, yeah, Aquastone varnish, and we do have it on the show. This is a fantastic water-based varnish that you can be adding. We do recommend 2 coats of this to give it that lovely sort of finish that's going to protect it. So $14.99 is going to get you your Aquastone varnish, and that one is shop varnish. It is 120 mils that you are getting in that little tube there.
Now that Aquastone varnish, Lily, will make anything that you want to put outside waterproof.
Okay, fabulous.
Okay? So you do your design, paint your hearts or your stars or your windmills or whatever, and then coat it with this, and it will keep it waterproof outside. So if you're painting your plant pots, things like that, give them an Aquastone varnish. Anything that you want to put outside and be permanent, you're going to use that varnish, and it's absolutely phenomenal. Also dries like glass.
Oh, wow.
So it gives you that beautiful shine finish to it. It's almost as good as the resin when you put it on top, but it seals it. So that, if you haven't got that in your stash, I would absolutely recommend that, because maybe you've got some plant pots that need a little bit of love and care. This is going to, you can then zhuzh them all up again and then do that. Brilliant product, that. Brilliant.
Absolutely brilliant. So that is shop varnish, $14.49. We'll get that one to you, and it's going to work hand in hand. If you're going for any of these lovely little wood ornaments that we've just shown you, that's going to go hand in hand. If you want to be decorating your garden with those, making sure they're nice and waterproof to go outside, that is the one to go for. Now then we have one of our varnishes. This is our Decoupage Plus varnish. This is going to be great if you are adhering your rice papers. Think to things like your wooden items that we've just had a little look at. That's going to be absolutely perfect for doing that. You're getting this full bottle here. This is shop glue. Oh, it's just $5.99. Wow, that's a fabulous price for that one. Mel, over to you.
Sorry, I'm sticking my nose in again,
right.
but that is brilliant on your MDF or your raw wood. So if you're painting onto raw wood or MDF, it's absorbent. So the best thing that you can do is use the matte decoupage glue, just a very thin layer. Obviously, if you're going on your MDF, you need to avoid those slots that the little pieces slot into. You have to avoid those, otherwise it won't go together. But on something like your raw wood, base coating it with that first stops the wood drinking in that paint. So a very thin layer, you won't even see it because it's matte, but it will just seal that in place. And then it's also what you use for your rice papers. So all your rice papers, you're going to use that. That matte decoupage glue is brilliant, but the thing that I use it for the most, because I don't do a lot of mixed media, don't have time, unfortunately, is for sealing that MDF. And the reason that I do it is if you want to paint light inside, when MDF is cut, it's cut on a laser and it creates soot, and then the soot is cleaned off, but there will always be a little bit of residue. So when I started to paint some of the MDF and I wanted to use white, as I pulled the white paint through, it went almost like nicotine stained. It had that horrible yellow look to it. So then I went, right, okay, we need to seal it. So we sealed it with the matte decoupage first, then painted over the top, and none of that colour came out. So even though they're cleaned immaculately, there will always be a residue, and you'll find that residue if you're using lighter colours. To stop that, to take away that part where you go, I can't do that because of this, just use your matte decoupage glue, but also we're going to use it with our rice papers as well.
Fabulous, and that's going to give you that lovely matte finish for that one. So it's going to give you that lovely matte look and feel. So that one is shop glue, $5.99. We'll get you a 90ml pot there for your Decoupage Plus glue. Now next up we have our Magic Bond and Seal collection here. You are getting all 5 of your different bottles in this one here. I will open it up so I can show you all of the individual ones. Now this one is Shop Magic and it is $14.99 for the full collection here. So I'll just open this up and I can show you all of these individually. So first of all, we are going to be starting off with our Magic Bond and Seal Gloss. Now that's going to give you that lovely gloss finish for that one. And then next up we have our Magic Bond and Seal Matte. So obviously that's going to give you a totally different look and feel compared to your gloss. It's lovely to have both of those in the collection, so you've got that choice of both your matte or your gloss when you're using either of those. Then next up we have our dishwasher safe. Now that is fabulous.
This is amazing.
How useful is that going to be?
Well, it means, Lily, are you ready for this?
I'm ready. Unfortunately, I'm not sat down, so I'll hold on to the counter just in case.
Right, so if I put this rice paper onto here and I leave it to cure for 21 days
Right.
and seal it with that.
Yeah.
Or seal it first and then leave it. I can put that through the dishwasher.
Wow.
So
Even
you can put
with your rice paper on?
through the dishwasher. That,
Oh
my
my
friends,
gosh.
is how clever Cajuns are. They're immaculate with what they bring you. Never in a million years did I think I would ever stand either on TV or in our little studios here in Derbyshire and tell you that if you use a glue on your rice paper, leave it to cure, you can then put that through the dishwasher. That's mad, isn't it? I love that product. It's so, I still can't get my head around it, but I don't care how it works, I just know that it does.
So would I be sticking my rice paper on using my Decoupage Plus and then popping this over the top? How easy.
Amazing,
How
isn't
easy.
it?
That's got to be a must-have. That is absolutely incredible. So that one's one of your 5 that's included. Our next one is for fabric. Now, how fabulous for sealing your fabrics. You've got that included. What a great little, almost like a starter pack. If you're brand new to this sort of thing, perhaps you're a paper crafter and you want to be dabbling in lots of different other mediums, what a fantastic starter pack to go for, to try out all those different sort of smaller bottles to see what it's all about, which is fabulous. So that one is your fabric. And then next up we have our antique mat. Now that's going to give you almost like a lovely shabby chic look and feel with that lovely matte finish. So you're getting all 5 bottles there in your Bond and Seal starter kit. Shop Magic for that one, and that is $14.99. It's going to get you all of those different finishes. Great for trying out all of the different techniques, and that dishwasher safe. Quite frankly, it's worth it just for that, which is incredible, to be popping all of your rice papers in the dishwasher. Who would have thought? That is a little bit special, I have to say. So Shop Magic if you are wanting to go for that one. And then finally, just before we get over to demo with Mel, because I know she's going to show you these in her first demo, we're going to bring in our heat transfer paper. Now we've got a couple of different variations here. You've got one that's for your light fabrics and one that's for your dark. We'll start off with our dark one. So transfer paper for dark fabrics, you're getting 5 sheets for $14.99, and that one's Shop Dark. You do get all your full instructions included here, really nice and detailed as well. So if you are brand new to this, we're sort of holding your hand along every step of that journey. And of course, Mel will be showing us in just a few moments' time exactly how we work with this sort of medium. So that's your dark. And then if you want to go for your light fabric transfer medium, that is going to be Shop Light. Once again, $14.99, gives you 5 sheets of your transfer paper for light fabrics, $14.99 for that one. So it's either Shop Light or Shop Dark, depending on what sort of fabrics you're working with. Right.
Lovely. Right, I just want to go through this download again because it's flying and it's absolutely stunningly beautiful. Sorry, Laura, I'm going to get you to squeeze through that little gap again. But you're tiny, so you're good, aren't you? Right, look how beautifully detailed these rice papers are. They're exquisite. So it'll start with a plain base. Then they'll put the layers of the brickwork in. Then they'll put the layers of the text in. Then you get your main focal point. There's drop shadows all the way through them. They are absolutely exquisitely beautiful. And in my opinion, you can never have too many papers. It's just the law. You can have as many papers as you like. But if I was going out and I saw this as a paper pack, you'd probably get 12 designs, 4 of each. You'd get them 4 times and then they're gone. You wouldn't be able to print them onto your rice papers or your fabrics or put them onto your transfer paper or use your sublimation and put them onto your mouse mats or anything that's got a high polyester content. I mean, this is just building that digital library so that when somebody says to you, could you do me one that's like quite nature with maybe peonies and a bunny and then, you know, a beautiful sentiment or a stencil over the top, you can go, yeah, absolutely. Of course I can. Brilliant, aren't they? Absolutely stunning. Those at the top, if you took those into Micro Studio, the glass jars there with the berries in, and you faded it back and you own a cafe or something like that, you could do your menus on those. They could be your envelopes, they can be your inserts. You've also got your beautiful robins in there. So think about using these and adding in, again, adding one more thing that reinvigorates everything. We bought you the gate the other day. How beautiful would that be as a die cut used on those papers that our lovely Laura is just showing you now? The detail on these guys is absolutely phenomenal. And you've got something for everybody. You've got some of the garden shed with a wheelbarrow, which will be great for men's cards. And later on, we've got another show of this at 11.
Yep.
Lily's going to show you how to use it in your card making and your paper crafting, incorporating some different dies in there for you, using the hot foil pen to embellish it, printing it on printable acetate, and then using your foil pen. There are so many different options when you own digital artwork like this. And the best thing is it's instant. So as soon as you paid for it and it's yours, you can download it and start playing. Absolutely love this. The other thing I love particularly about these papers is that you've got lots of little elements that you can fussy cut out. So if you don't do dies, that doesn't mean that you can't do this, because you can fussy cut. So for example, fussy cut around there, fussy cut the bees and add those in. Add a little bit of your aquastone varnish to the wings of the bees. Bring in all those different elements that we bring you from Cadence. Thank you, Laura. But it doesn't finish there. Can I just say that? It doesn't finish there. You then have this board. Look at his little face. He's so happy. You got the cat on the wall. I mean, the ones at the top, those top three are just gorgeous. I absolutely need these in my life. Do you know what? You could go out and buy some really inexpensive frames, put these in them, and that could be artwork for your home. They're that good. And a really, really good price for you as well. They're all brand new. These aren't from an archive. These are all brand new designs. These would have been my favourites as a child growing up. I loved horse riding. It was my favourite thing to do. All of these in here, you've got all the different florals. They go from season to season. Absolutely exquisite. There's nothing to say that you can't use that for a winter birthday card or even for your Christmas card. But we're still not finished there. We've got another board here with these final 4 on, 60 different designs. Again, put some aquastone on those eggs. Add a little bit of aquastone to the odd brick here and there. Make them, the ones that are a little bit rustic, look a little bit more rustic. These are absolutely stunning. And there's nothing to stop you taking those birds and putting it on there, or taking that robin and putting it down here. So you can mix and match with all your designs as well. So make sure that not only are you getting it in your basket and checking it out, but make sure you tune in at 11 o'clock, because our Lily has got some different demonstrations with you, and I'm going to show you what she's incorporating into them. Now, these dies you've seen many times. She's going to give you inspiration on what to do with these, because they're fabulous, aren't they, Lily?
They certainly are.
They're a little bit different.
They are a little bit different, and they're going to work perfectly alongside your paper. So if you are a digital crafter, great. You can be taking these into your Minecraft studio. You can be manipulating them, doing all those fancy effects. But if you love your paper crafting, this is just the basis. This is the starting point. Print off your papers. If you want to be adding extra finishes to them, perhaps it's going to be glitter, perhaps it's going to be foiling, which we will be doing a little bit later on this morning as well with our foiling pen. Perhaps you like to add extra layers. Perhaps you love your die cutting. Those dies are going to work absolutely perfectly, especially that frame. If I quickly show you this frame, because you've got all those different elements within the papers, elements that perhaps you want to pick out on the paper. That particular frame on the outside, you can use it as almost like a viewfinder. So if there's elements like the teacups that you want to pick out and make a feature of, you can die cut that beautiful frame and pop it over the top. It's going to work absolutely perfectly, and we will show you that at 11 o'clock in action using these absolutely stunning dies. But we've got an incredible price on these, so if you do want to pick them up now while you're getting your download, so you can sit back and relax and watch the demos come 11 o'clock, then you will find those over on the website. I'm not quite sure what the code is for those ones. Let me have a quick shuffle down here.
Shop tint.
Shop tint. There you go, $14.99. That's not just for one.
That's for all of
That's
them.
for 1, 2, 3, 4. And in every single one, you're getting multiple dies. So you're getting 3 dies there, another 3, so 6, 9, and you are getting 13 dies in total for $14.99. And when we show you these in the next show, you'll see they're a little bit special. They're not just any ordinary die. Oh no, they're a tint and texture die. There you go. Right, I think Melly's ready to go.
Right, let's have a look at
Show
this
us our
then, my
transfer
friends.
medium.
So I'm going to talk to you about these transfer papers first of all. So you've got 2 different ones. The light one has the 2.0 on the back. So the lower the number, the lighter the fabric it's going to go on. You've got a different one that has a 3 on the back. That is to go onto your dark fabrics. Now, we've been bringing you sublimation recently. You cannot work on dark fabrics because it bonds to the fabric. So if I put that on there, you'd lose this imagery, okay? if it was just a sublimation. So if I printed this on sublimation printer and tried to put it on there, it would sink into the background because you can't work on dark colours. All you need to work with this transfer paper is a regular inkjet printer, okay? And you literally print it out. There's no fancy settings. You don't need to change anything. They recommend that you can use a laser, but definitely not an industrial one. And definitely, if you're going to print on a laser, do one, then let the printer cool down, and then do another. I have to say the instructions for this product are absolutely bang on. They're brilliant. I'd never used this paper before. I took the instructions into one of our studios, and within 5 minutes, I'd done this. So you don't need a special printer. You do need the paper, and this means now that you can go on anything. So you can go out and buy those cotton t-shirts. You don't have to have that polyester content. Not that I'm saying that there's anything wrong with that. It's different. Now, they also recommend that you don't work on an ironing board. And the reason for that is the ironing board has the vents in it. So you're not going to get that solid, flat finish. The other thing I would say is if you've got a heat press or a dry iron, use that, because the holes where the steam come out of your normal irons, you're going to have to press it a few more times. So let me show you exactly how this works. But you want a dry iron, a dry heat source. But it gives you all those instructions. That's the best thing. You don't need to remember that. I love it when you don't need to remember anything. Right, so the trickiest bit is getting the backing off. And I thought I'd done that. I thought I'd started it, but obviously not. Oh, here we are. Right, so the next thing we're going to do is remove this paper backing, and the paper backing is what's stabilising it as you go through your printer, so you don't need that. This almost feels like suedette. It's weird, but it has the texture of something like that's rubbery. It's different to heat transfer vinyl, but it's a fabulous, fabulous product. Start with the corner and peel the paper away. Okay, so we're going to lay that flat, put your hand on there and just gently peel that paper away. If you want to keep that for something else, go ahead. Frankly, I want to get through the door. Right, so I have got one of our white tote bags here. So you're making sure that you see I'm using the 2.0, which is for light colours. And this is fabulous. So bags for life, t-shirts. It could be on pillowcases. It could be on whatever you want to put it on, because you can use it on lots and lots of different fabrics. So we're going to lay that down. Amber, I need your help, please. Can you just go outside and get the Teflon sheet? Thank you, darling. Now I'm going to use our little mini heat press, and you can see it's got a completely flat base to it. So every part of that base is going to come into contact when I move this up and down. Now they recommend, thank you darling, you have to put a Teflon sheet over the top. If you don't, you're going to be in trouble, because that is going to stick to there. So make sure that you've got your Teflon sheet. Then I'm going to stand up to do this because I want to put a little bit of pressure on it. And they recommend that you start at the top, press down firmly. I've got this on 180 degrees for about 5 to 10 seconds. And then you move across and you press down in the next bit and you do that again, 5 to 10 seconds. And then you go across to the next bit, okay? And you work your way across. The most important part in this is getting the edges and the corners stuck to that material, okay? That's really important. If you've got any areas where it's lifting, please go back in and repress. And they recommend that you go across in one direction, so we're going across horizontally, and then you go from top to bottom, so left to right, top to bottom. Please be meticulous with this bit. Don't just do this and go, right, it doesn't work. You need to be meticulous, and don't do this either, because you've no idea where you've gone then. So work methodically. I know for a lot of us that's not easy, but methodically will give you the best result. Okay, my brain is fighting me to be methodical at the moment, and the other little chimp in my brain's going, no, I want to run around and do all sorts of stuff. Brilliant. So we're going to go right the way across side to side, and then I'm going to turn this round and go top to bottom. And Lily, have we got any questions or any?
We certainly do, yeah.
Oh, lovely.
So I'll start firing these across to you.
Yes,
so
please.
first of all, Norma, good morning, Norma.
Morning, Norma.
Says, can I ask what varnish is good for salt dough, please?
Oh, I would say your Aquastone. Absolutely. It depends whether you want to shine. An aquastone, you might need to do a couple of coats. So you could seal it with your matte decoupage, and then you could, turned off. You could seal it with your matte decoupage and then go over with your aquastone. That would be good. I think that would work. I will ask David when he gets back on Tuesday, but I think that's what he'd say. I think so. Yes.
Fabulous. Next up, Sandra. Good morning, Sandra.
Morning, Sandra.
Question: what is the best product to use on coasters that is both heat resistant and waterproof?
Your aquastone.
Brilliant.
Yeah, easy.
Nice and
That
easy.
aquastone varnish does so many different things. It's blinking brilliant, and you need it in your stash.
Perfect. Jane is saying, well, good morning to you, Jane.
Morning, Jane.
Morning, Jane. Morning, all. She says, oh gosh, I'm not supposed to buy any more this month. I've heard that before.
Welcome to my world, Jane.
But these are beautiful. They
Aren't
certainly
they?
are. Question: does this download work with Minecraft Studio, please?
Yes,
It does.
absolutely. So you can take them in and play around with the opacities, you can play around with the emboss, you can fade out the edges, which is what I did here. So if you look at this one that I'm going to do in a minute on your dark, you can see how the edges are faded. So yes, absolutely they do. And you could then, if you're good with the scissors tool, you could cut out the elements that you want to decoupage and create a whole sheet of decoupage elements with them. So you don't need anything else. If that's what you want to do, they are just beautiful by themselves. I'm thinking for Christmas, so I want to do everybody's presents made this year. So whether it's sublimation, whether it's this with your transfer paper, whether it's those ceramic plates that we had on, those dishes that we had on the other day that you can paint onto, whatever it is, this is going to be used in my Christmas now. Think about going out and buying really inexpensive notebooks, diaries, all that kind of thing, journals. There's a massive thing out there at the moment about journaling. Who was I on with? Oh, I listened to a podcast the other day with Davina McCall and Professor Stephen Peters. If you can get it, listen to it. It's brilliant. He wrote a book called The Chimp Paradox. But I was thinking about that, and she was talking about journaling on there. Is it good to get everything out of here and written down? So maybe you're going to make somebody a journal, and this is going to be your front and back covers. How beautiful is that going to be? Right, now when I peel this back, I've overprinted on the paper a little bit there, but never mind, it's fine. This is now completely flat. Now it's not bonded into the fibres. The heat has transferred that and helped it stick to that tote. So you can see on light fabrics, it's fabulous. Right, that's a little beat to tell me it's come to temperature. It's good that, isn't it? Right, so what I've done there is got a little bit of overprint on the paper, and it's transferred onto the bag, so make sure that you don't have that. But what I would do now is go in with some of my Cadence. I'd add a stencil over there and cover it up. I'd blend this into the bag a little bit more, and then you can decorate it however you want. But how fabulous is that as a gift? Isn't that stunning? And it's just a piece of paper that you can print on an inkjet printer. You don't need anything special apart from a dry iron. And please don't work on an ironing board. So underneath here, I've got a glass mat. So you need to work on a solid surface, and I've got a glass mat just under a piece of fabric here. They recommend that if you're going to use a laser, which you can, you absolutely categorically don't use an industrial one because it gets hot, and this works with heat. And you don't want the boss in the office going, he's been using this printer and you've messed it up, because you might not have a job the day after. So we don't want any of that, do we? But if you're going to use a at-home laser printer, they recommend you print one sheet at a time, then you let it cool down for about 15 minutes, then print another one, and then let it cool down. That's all in your instructions. And I have to say the instructions on this product are brilliant. Because as somebody that had never used transfer paper before, this product, absolutely phenomenal. And you don't need anything except a dry iron, a glass mat, and the product that you're going to put on it. And that beautiful download. Right, I'm going to get Lily to recap the download for you right now. And then we'll come back and we'll do one on black.
Absolutely.
Because you can't do that with sublimation. So this is when this product really comes into its own.
Right, so we will recap the download. I will ask you, I'm sorry, Laura, Can we come through again? I just want to show you all these gorgeous rice papers in detail, because when you see all the layers, all the incredible detail that you get on each and every single one of these 60 different designs, you'll see quite how special this brand new collection is. It's Shop Nature. If you want to go for it, you're getting 60 of the rice papers for $24.99. And I know we call them rice papers because we've got all those details, got all that lovely layering sort of effect to every single one of these. And of course, they will print onto your rice paper. They'll look incredible onto all of your mixed media pieces. But if you do prefer paper crafting and your card making, these will work equally well for that. Literally, you can print it onto your cardstock. You can cut it out if you want to. You can die cut into it. You can add your foiling pen to it. You can start to use all your dies over the top. Perhaps you've got your other sort of nature dies that you want to decorate these with. Of course, you can do all of that. That choice is absolutely yours. But the beauty is, it's a download. So the freedom, the power, the creativity is put back into your hands. You can use these however you choose to use them. You can print them as many times as you like, as big as you like, obviously depending on the size of your printer, as small as you like. You can print them multiple times. You can print them in the middle of the night if you run out, if you're crafting late night. You can do all of that with it being a download, which is absolutely incredible, and it's instant. So as soon as you get this added to your basket, as soon as you get that checked out, you will be able to download these and you can get crafting straight away. No postage whatsoever to pay on these. They are instant and you can get crafting, you can get creating. Perhaps it's going to be all of your Christmas cards that you're selling at your winter fairs. Perhaps it's going to be all of your gifts, like Mel was saying, for your friends and family at Christmas. They are just absolutely exquisite designs. The layers within these are incredible, and they're one of those, so you'll look at it first of all, you'll notice perhaps, for example, on that one, you'll notice the robin first of all. Then you start to notice that lovely script detail in the background. Then you can see all that lovely lacy design you've got in that background with the paper sort of curling away, almost like it's become from an old style nature book, and you've got all those pages sort of turning over. They're just absolutely incredible, but it doesn't stop there. We've got even more, so I'll bring up the next set of boards now. These are absolutely amazing. If you love your cats and your dogs, these are going to be just perfect. The eyes on that cat, it looks almost real. You can almost feel like you're looking straight into its eyes. It's absolutely stunning. This one, you've got all those beautiful foreground florals that you can see there. You look a little bit further back, you can see the bench there. You can see you've got that lovely fence in the background and that gorgeous little robin just sat on that branch. All that detail is just incredible. The cat there, once again, sort of keeping watch, and all the fur, all those detail sort of brush strokes in the fur there. You can almost feel that texture there. Your lace at the bottom, all of those details is just absolutely outstanding. So you do get those included as well. Then we have even more. We still keep going. Don't forget, you are getting 60 of these separate rice papers there. Look at him. He is having the time of his life, just bounding through the fields there with all those gorgeous wildflowers sort of nestling in the background. Just absolutely stunning. Your horses as well. Lovely designs there. Your robins. Like we were saying, that could even be Christmas cards if you want them to be. I'm looking at those butterflies on the end there, and instantly I'm thinking fussy cutting. Be absolutely perfect for cutting those out. Perhaps decoupaging them back on to that base layer to give you that gorgeous detail and that dimension. Just absolutely stunning. And just a few more, because I don't think we've had enough already, so I'll bring you an extra 4 as part of this collection there. Just once again, those beautiful vintage style designs, shabby chic in their look and feel, that lovely design in the background. The way that paper's almost sort of curling and peeling away, revealing almost like a framework detail in the background there. 60 different brand new rice papers, literally launched just over half an hour ago. 60 of those for $24.99, and it's Shop Nature to get all of those beautiful brand new rice papers winging their way to you. Aren't they just gorgeous? Just absolutely exquisite. Can you imagine if that's your craft stall, all of those just A5 cards that you've just created just by printing and folding it in half? That would look absolutely outstanding. Wow. Right, Mel.
Right, so we're going to show you this on black now, okay? And then while I'm ironing this, because you don't need to see that, it's like watching paint dry, isn't it? While I'm ironing this, Lily's going to do Pictionary.
Oh, well, this is news to me.
I know, well,
I need at least an hour to mentally prepare myself.
No, well, you've got about a minute left. Right, welcome to Highlight Crafts.
Get me drawing hand
right,
ready.
So I'm just going to go through this again in case people have just joined us. So this is your transfer paper. You can print it on a regular inkjet printer. This is exactly what I did last night. We have a cheaper printer in the office, in the Creative, from one of the supermarkets. Nothing special at all. It's about the paper. And it's different, completely different to sublimation. So you don't need a specialist printer. If you're doing laser, please don't do it on an industrial one. And if you've got one at home, please do one sheet and let that printer cool down, because this works with heat. So then you're left, look at that. Look how flexible that is. Look at it. It's amazing, isn't it? And it has a very slight, I'm going to say like a rubberized finish. And it's absolutely divine, but it means that you can work on dark colours. You can also work on cottons, so you don't have to use a high polyester content. So you don't need prepared for print products, because you can put them on these. Of course, you can use the artwork with your sublimation printer if you got one. Perfect. You can also use your heat press with this if you got that the other day when Lily and David bought you that. Or you can use a dry iron. They recommend absolutely categorically not to use an ironing board. It needs to be a solid surface. So I've just got a glass mat underneath here. And then I'm going to put, you've got to put a Teflon sheet. Okay, so you're going to put your Teflon sheet over the top. I'm just going to make sure that's straight. And I think whoever wins Pictionary will give this away. How about that? Right, so I'm going to stand up now so I can put a little bit of pressure on. So I'm going to press down firmly. I'm going to work left to right, and I'm going to hold it down for about 5 to 10 seconds. Okay, and what we need to make sure is those edges are bonded to that fabric. So it's not like sublimation where they go into the fibres. This still sits on top, so you want to make sure that all those edges are sealed. Okay, now it could be that you just want the birds and you're going to cut those out and just have the birds on there. Absolutely, you can do that. It doesn't have to have a white background because it will work on dark. It's brilliant. So if you get the one that's got 2.0 on the back, that's for your light ones. We'll put the details of those on your screen. And if you want the dark ones, sorry, Amber, just flip from one to the other. Those details are on the screen for you as well. You're getting 5 sheets, but you can go out and buy inexpensive t-shirts, bags, all of it. You can get them on here. We've got the totes available for you as well. It could be on pillowcases, you know, whatever. It could be on t-shirts, it could be on bags, it can be on whatever you want it to be, fabric-wise. Yes, Amber?
2 questions about washing.
Right. All your instructions are in there. Just pass me one of the packets, Lily, and I'll have a look what it says about washing, or you can have a look while you stood there while I'm doing this. Yes, you can machine wash them. I would turn it inside out, and I would lay it flat to dry. So dry flat, and then iron on the reverse would be my guide. Let's see what they say in there, if they say anything about washing. I'm sure they will do at some point in there. Have a look.
Washing instructions.
There you go. Yeah.
Don't wash within 48 hours after transfer.
Yep.
Turn your t-shirt inside out when washing.
Yep.
Don't soak to wash. Don't use bleach or alkaline detergent. Full spin cycle cold water washing. No delicate washing. No tumble dry. Remove your t-shirt promptly after washing. Colours may bleed if left wet too long. Unfold image, hang to dry naturally.
There you go.
Nice and easy. It's all in there as well. So once you get it home, you've got all that as a nice little reference guide.
Absolutely,
as well.
which is
Easy as
brilliant. Yeah, just you have to wait for 48 hours for that bonding process to work. But I love the fact that you can go on dark colours. So even if you are into your sublimation, this is another way of transferring those beautiful designs. I mean, good grief, we brought you incredible deals on tattered lace this morning. That's back on at 12 o'clock. At 11 o'clock with this again, where Lily is going to show you it for paper crafting. So a completely different look and feel, nothing to do with mixed media, but using those dies that we showed you earlier as an example, plus how to use your foil pen to enhance all those beautiful designs. And what I love about downloads is they're instant and there's no postage. Because we don't like waiting, we don't like paying postage. So you're going to get all the good stuff with this. Right, shall we get Lily to do Pictionary while I'm just pressing this a little bit more, just making sure that all those edges are sealed and bonded onto that fabric. Right, Lily, whoever's going to wins Pictionary, we're going to give this bag away. How about that?
Right.
3, 2, 1, go. Great drawing that, Lily.
Thank you.
Good job.
Hopefully you guys at home can
Oh, yeah, I think we know what
work
it is.
out what it is. I've got ears. There we go. A couple of ears. Otherwise it can't hear anything. Poor little mite. I don't know if it's got a tail, but mine hasn't.
Do they?
Looks like it's crying.
Tiny one.
Get rid of that.
Oh no, we don't want
no.
him crying.
Oh no, don't cry.
Don't cry.
Dry your tears. There we are. Little tail.
Done. Fabulous.
Yeah.
That's done. So type in what you think that is, and one of you, what we choose at the end, will win this bag with this beautiful design on black fabric.
Oh, that's lovely.
Black cotton fabric. So now, you know, you're all asking, can you go out and just buy T-shirts? Yes, you can, because you've now got your transfer paper. Now, of course, you can die cut it. You could cut it on your scan and cut and put a fancy edge around it if that's what you wanted to do. But a fabulous opportunity to get this transfer paper. Now, 5 sheets, $14.99. The 3.0 one is shot dark. And the 2.0 one, I'm talking about what's on the back of the fabric, of the actual material itself. It's printed on the back of the paper so you know which is which. So the lower the number, the lighter the colour, the higher the number, the darker. That's what Stephanie said to me, because she told me and I went, you must have looked completely blank, and she went, okay, let me work with your brain, because I don't have pictures or colour, so she has to explain it differently. But that, my friends, absolutely worth treating yourself to some of that and having a play. Imagine being able to take pictures of your children, grandchildren, pets, all of that kind of thing. Maybe you've gone out for a day in the summer and you're suddenly thinking, do you know what, let's take some photographs. You can print them on here. So the kids could be out playing and you could have the picture on the T-shirt within minutes of getting home. Super cool, isn't it, that? I love it. So clever. Right, Lily, do you want to do a quick recap while I get ready for a rice paper demo, please?
Absolutely. So I will show you the new download, then I want to quickly show you your transfer sheets, because I've seen a couple of people have asked exactly what Mel's just used for that demo. So we'll do that in a moment. But first of all, I just want to show you these absolutely stunning rice papers. Now, if you've just joined us, then oh my goodness me, you've joined us at the right time, because these rice papers are just absolutely exquisite. Unsurprisingly, proving super popular this morning already. Less than an hour ago that we launched these officially, and they are just outstanding. You're getting 60 different designs here in your rice papers, just stunning designs throughout every single one of these. Every single one's got those beautiful layers in it, all that texture, all that incredible detail. 60 of these for $24.99, and it's shop nature. You can see all of those different lovely naturistic designs there with all the layers, your florals in there, all your lovely little critters, your bunny rabbits, your hedgehogs as well in there, all your lovely little birds. That teacup, how absolutely gorgeous is that? Can you imagine printing that out? Perhaps printing 2 to a page in A5, going in fussy cutting your little teacup out, decoupaging it over the top, perhaps going in with some of your aquastone varnish just over that china element to give you that lovely glossy raised look and feel. It would look absolutely incredible, and that's just one sort of idea of how you can use these. Home decor, they're going to be outstanding. We just saw them used just then onto your transfer paper, onto your bags. They're just outstanding, and you do get even more besides as well. You can see an extra 4 designs there with your lovely little robins onto that one there. And then we bring in a whole other board here. I mean, we've got literally probably about a dozen boards full of all these gorgeous rice papers. And that's just printing them in A4. If you've got an A3 printer, there's nothing stopping you from printing these onto your A3 rice papers. That would be outstanding. Your lovely little doggies with its gorgeous little face, even its little tongue hanging out there. He's just having a joyous time, isn't he, running around the meadows? Absolutely loving it. Got even your little coffee stains or your tea stains in the background there. Those absolutely stunning horses. I mean, how strong and powerful do they look? Every single sinew is being depicted on this gorgeous artwork. And then one final board, as if it wasn't enough already, some more beautiful designs there. They are all downloads. They are absolutely instant. As soon as you click that button and pay for your purchase, you will be able to craft with these straight away. You could be crafting with them even later this morning if you so choose, by the time we're back at 11 o'clock. You can be using them in Minecraft Studio as well. So lots of ways that you can manipulate these, as well as using them in your mixed media. Just an incredible one to have in your crafty stash. $24.99 will bring to you all 60 of those, and it's shop nature if you want to go for that one. Now, just quickly before we get back over to Mel, we do have our heat transfer paper here. A couple of different variations for these ones, depending on whether you're working with your darker or your lighter colour fabric. So first of all, you've got your darks. That one's shop dark 14.99 will get you 5 sheets, and it does have full instructions of how to use it. Plus on the back you do get all your washing and care instructions too. 5 sheets for 14.99, shop dark. Or if you prefer your lighter ones, you can go for shop light. Once again, 5 sheets of that for 14.99, and that one's shop light. So a couple of different options when it comes for your transfer paper for fabric. Right, Mel? A few minutes left. The hour's flown by.
Is there a pair of scissors under there, Lily, please?
Good question. Is that?
They'll be on the other side.
Other side?
They are.
Oh, yes.
Lovely, thank you. Right, so what I'm going to attempt to do, and I know David, sunning himself in Mallorca. I know he keeps putting stuff on his stories, like with a glass of wine and led by the sea, and I'm like, wow, okay. Right, now then, these glass plates, we've got these on the show as well, haven't we, Lily?
Certainly
We've
are.
got a pair of 2 of them. So I'm just going to give this a really good clean. Should have done that before we came in, but it was a bit early this morning.
It was shop square for those. You're getting 2 of those for 14.99.
So these do have a flat base, even though they're curved at the sides, and they do have a texture to them. Okay, so if you want something that looks a little bit vintage, these are going to be perfect for you. So what I've done is printed off just a small area of one of the papers. So I took it into Microcraft Studio and just used a digipunch and just punched out the area that I wanted to put on the back of this plate, which is what I love, because you could have got a couple of those on an A4. So make sure that you're filling all that area. You could then have gone in and used your scissor tool and gone around the outside edge and then embellished that as well. So if you're working with cardstock, Lily's going to show you this afternoon this morning actually, at 11 o'clock, how to do that, how to incorporate these designs and all of the other designs that we've brought you into your card making, because I don't want anybody to sitting there out there thinking, oh, well, I don't do mixed media, so I don't need it. This is just about design. This is about bringing you those beautiful papers that you then build into that whole digital library that you can then use across all of your different crafts. Okay, so all I've done here is put a very thin layer of our matte decoupage glue onto the back of the glass. Because you're printing this yourself, you will get a slight bleed, okay, because they just because it's the way it works. But using this and just very, very gently pressing down. So that's why I've put the glue onto the plate first of all. So I'm going to start here. Now, anywhere that I'm getting a little crease, I'm just going to work with it. I would normally use a piece of cut and use foam. That's my preferred method. Now, where you can see that little curve there, that little crease that's starting to come in there, gosh, those scissors are useless. You're going to cut into, very gently, just cut into that rice paper. You can tear it. Are there any more scissors under there, Lily?
Oh,
please.
We do.
Yeah, because they need putting in the bin or sharpening. They're rubbish.
There you go.
Absolutely rubbish. Blinking heck. I've used blinking scissors before, but they're no good. Now then, as we're going along here, we're going to start to introduce that matte decoupage there. Anywhere where you get a crease, you're going to cut into that. Yeah, they're not much better either. Right, we're going to cut into that and we're going to very gently just use that decoupage matte glue. So if you're getting the Shop Magic, you'll get a small pot of that in there, but you can also then get the bigger pot. And I'm just going to work my way across. I actually don't mind having a few creases in rice paper, especially when you're working with a vintage design. I think it adds to that look and feel, but you can see how easily, and I'm using the tiniest amount of our matte decoupage glue. Make sure it's stuck down to the glass first and then go in and use your brush over the top. And even where those little creases are, you can cut them if you want to, just work them in. And the reason that David chose this particular rice paper is because it's made from the the pith of the cotton plant. And sometimes you can get what we call slubs in it. And it's like a thick white fibre. And when you get that in a rice paper, if you then want to tear the rice paper and you tear where that slub is, it's going to stick out. And we don't necessarily want it to do that. So here I've got a big crease there. So I'm going to just use my brush and use my glue to just seal that edge, okay? We can then use a sanding block once this is dry, and then you're going to go over the whole of the base as well, Okay, so all of this, you're going to make sure that you've covered with your matte decoupage glue. Then you're going to wait for that to dry completely. You can force dry it. I would use a hairdryer over a heat gun for this, just because a heat gun will make the glass very hot, whereas a hairdryer is a slightly gentler, well, a much gentler heat, and it's not as focused in one area. And then when we turn this over, you can see that you've got that design on your glass plate. Now, to make that pop, once it's completely dried and you've sanded it back, you're going to put white paint on the back, and that will make all of those colours pop. But how beautiful is that? So it's with the download Shop Nature $24.99, and then the glass plates that you can get on the show as well with your matte decoupage glue. Shop Square for your dishes, and for the glue it is Shop Glue $5.99. And that, my friends, is how you use that download with rice paper. Right, Lily, I'm going to ask you to do me a favour and go and wash that brush.
Okay.
At the end of the show, I'm going next door.
You certainly are.
Yeah, let's draw a winner quickly for the bag.
And it was a hedgehog.
It was a
In
hedgehog.
case you
Well
didn't
done.
guess.
Winner is Jane. Well done, Jane. We will keep
Congratulations.
an eye out for a message, and we will send that bag out to you. Thank you for coming.